On behalf of the Association of Former Students and our worldwide Aggie Network, I want to welcome you to our virtual Coaches Night. Without a doubt, 2020 has been a year that has required us to adapt and be innovative in our programming. Coaches Nights are yet another example of how we've been able to continue traditions and programs in the face of unprecedented challenges. I want to thank Coach Fisher and Texas A&M Athletics for their continued partnership on this program, and also commend our A&M Club leadership for their flexibility. Coaches Nights annually help our clubs raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for scholarships and help them to fulfill their mission of serving Texas A&M. In a year where life is anything but normal, our Aggie spirit and traditions provide a sense of the familiar and a refuge from the uncertainty around us. Earlier this year, the Association of Former Students brought you Muster Live, which allowed Aggies around the world to unite for Aggie Muster, even when we couldn't physically gather together. We also revamped our ring distribution process and safely delivered more than 6,500 Aggie rings this spring in the midst of a near statewide shelter in place. In May and August, we welcomed more than 12,000 new graduates into the Association of Former Students virtually. And later this month, we'll celebrate a socially distanced Ring Week with more than 4,800 ring recipients. Throughout 2020, we've been forced to pause, adapt, and innovate. We've reimagined time-tested programs and events and connected with Aggies through new mediums. All of this has been possible thanks to you, the Aggie Network. Your faithful and loyal support through a very difficult year has allowed us to maintain our reach and relevance to the Aggie Network in an ever-changing environment. Tonight, with Coaches Night, we celebrate something very near and dear and normal to us, Aggie football. While there will no doubt be changes to the fan experience in Kyle Field, our support for our team, just like our Aggie spirit, remains undefeated. Thank you for joining us this evening and for your continued support for the Association of Former Students. Gig 'em.
A passion for Aggie athletics is in our blood.
The Aggies are the champs.
It's Texas A&M, a three-peat for the Aggies.
He got a touchdown! He got a touchdown! He got a touchdown! He got a touchdown!
As we rise to the challenge now facing us, we have the opportunity to emerge stronger than ever.
Left center field. It could be. It is a home run.
The 12th Man Foundation is the fundraising arm of Texas A&M Athletics. Our donors set the stage for our athletic programs and student athletes to compete at the highest level. Through athletic scholarship, we impact the lives of student athletes and their families for generations to come. We are committed to providing first-class service, support, and donor benefits that celebrate our shared passion. We fund the construction of the nation's top facilities to help recruit the best athletes and coaches and make game day in Aggieland an experience unlike anywhere else. As the primary ticket provider of Texas A&M Athletics, we help ensure our venues provide a true home field advantage. Donations of all sizes add up to make a big difference for our student athletes. In addition to the edge in competition, vital areas such as academic support, nutritional education, mental health, and sports medicine are among the many aspects of student athletes' lives that are positively impacted by donor support. Aggies stick together and rise to the challenge when facing adversity. With your help, we can bounce back better than ever. In the highly competitive world of college athletics, support from donations and ticket purchases make the difference.
Let's go! Let's go!
Help us reach our championship vision. Join the team today and put your passion for Aggie athletics into action.
Howdy from Aggie Land. I'm excited to be here with you today, although virtually. I would much rather have been with you in person, but we all have to do our part. Our team is preparing as if we were playing in front of a packed Kyle Field, but we know the 12th man will be behind us no matter where they are. AC, I think you have some questions from the 12th man. Let's get into them.
Coach, can you give us your thoughts on keeping the team safe and the measures that you're taking to keep everyone COVID-free, healthy, and playing football?
Well, you know, first of all, I think our medical staff has done a great job from the very beginning. They had a great plan from the university standpoint all the way down to the athletics about the spacing, the rooms, the things we did, the sterilization of things. And our players early, I think it was a learning curve. I really do. Understanding how important it was to do everything right. Because with this COVID, one little mistake can cost your whole team because it can infect everybody. And in the beginning, it took us just a week or so, but after this, our team has done an outstanding job with the discipline they have had on and off the field, staying away, keeping things almost virtually COVID-free, and very proud of the guys and their efforts and what they've done.
The majority of the student athletes taking combination classes online and then in the classroom. How has that transition been on your team and the academic team? You
know, one thing, most of our guys are computer. Everything's done on a computer now. So you're doing a lot of classes that are online. The guys have all had them, but doing the whole thing online, some guys it naturally took a life of its own. They jumped on it, did a great job. A couple guys, it takes some time. You know, some guys need the more interaction and because you all learn differently. But now I think everybody's made adjustment. And what I will say is our academic staff has done a tremendous job of providing whatever our kids have needed and have been there for them, and whatever extra time they need from tutoring to help themselves, have done an outstanding job, and our guys have really taken off once they got used to what was going on. But our academic staff's done a heck of a job.
Has strength and conditioning changed at all in light of COVID?
Well, I think what we've done, what we're trying to do is not different. We're having to do it in smaller groups, having to do it, which actually allows for some good things because you get more specific one-on-one coaching that can happen within that group. And then our group are doing a great job of sterilizing everything afterwards and wiping it all down, and then the next group's coming in. And obviously it's worked because we're doing a great job with the COVID right now.
What are your thoughts on playing an SEC-only schedule, and how do you prepare for the two new teams?
Well, I'm excited for it, that's for sure. And I'm going to tell you, the physicality, the depth, and the way you have to get yourself prepared mentally is going to be a huge challenge because this league, the thing about it, people don't realize the physicality of this league, the size of this league, the speed of this league, not to down any other league, but it's the best league in ball. It's the most physical league in ball. That's why it has, you look in the NFL, by far the most NFL players. And over some leagues, it's almost 3-to-1. So the week in, week out attrition you're going to have to endure is going to be tremendous. So our bodies and minds are going to have to be in shape, and our depth in developing our young players is going to be critical.
Are there any returning or new players that might have an immediate impact?
Hopefully all of them. But I think there's going to be a bunch of guys that will. I mean, I think up front our returning linemen, but building depth in that group, and I think it's going to be huge. Our receivers are some guys that you haven't heard much about, have played off and on, that are really athletic and long, that can run, that I think you'll be in. And without getting a ton of names, but I'm excited about this team. The young players are coming in. I think I wouldn't throw any of them back. I'll put it that way. I'm very excited. We got every one of them. They all can play. And our older guys are really developing. Our coach is doing a good job. So I think there's going to be significant guys, and we're going to have to play with a lot of players because of the schedule in which we have.
Where do you see your greatest strengths, maybe weaknesses on offense, defense, and special teams?
Well, I think when you bring back the experience you have up front in the offensive line, we have to continue to play better, but we have experience. A four-year quarterback that I think has really done an outstanding job in his leadership and has really developed his skill set in that regard. I think we have athleticism out wide. Have the backs, so even though we're young and moving a nice back there with Isaiah already, I mean, those two guys I think will do a nice job. Defensive front, really some guys that can make an impact in the game right there, in my opinion. And added young depth. Our secondary has grown in that regard. Our linebackers have done a good job. And we got returning our kickers and snappers. So I think we have a good group coming back. We always have to play better, but the development of our young players is going to be critical in creating that competition in practice, which so far it has.
One last question for you, Coach. What are your thoughts on piping in crowd noise at Kyle Field?
Well, I'm all for it. I think the more normal we can make that experience, they do, and I think the SEC is all for it, and I think it does. I mean, it's nothing like playing with the 12th man, and I know we have as good a home field advantage as anybody in ball. I mean, I don't care I've played in every stadium across the country, or most of them. This place is so magnetic on game day, and not having the 12th man there is disappointing for us, but at the same time, we'll try to do as much as we can. I know they're going to be with us off the field, but we need to make it as normal as we can because, hey, we got the best home field advantage in ball.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Howdy. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in for the virtual coach tonight. Well, let's end it with a fight and take Aggie yell practice. Whoop! Pass it back, Ags. Pass it back, Ags. Hump it, Ags. Hump it, Ags. 1, 2, 3. A-G-G-I-E-S. A-G-G-I-E-S. Fight 'em, Aggies. Hey, whoop! Pass it back, Ags. Pass it back, Ags. Hump it, Ags. Hump it, Ags. 1, 2, 3. Farmers fight. Farmers fight. 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 Farmers fight. Hey, whoop! Well, pass it back, Ags. Pass it back, Ags. Beating the hell out of Vanderbilt. Hump it, Ags. Hump it, Ags. 1, 2, 3. Beat the hell out of Vanderbilt. Hey, whoop! Just for good measure, our whole Army does it twice. Pass it back, Ags. Pass it back, Ags. Hump it, Ags. Hump it, Ags. 1, 2, 3. Beat the hell out of Vanderbilt. Hey, whoop! I'd like to thank y'all again for tuning in. Thanks, and gig 'em.